And here we go. Yeah, I like that shit. What is going on YouTube? Double O here, and I'm sure you all know by now Avengers Doomsday in production announcement was done. And just looking on this thing right this second, we got a Dormammu time loop Doctor Strange clip that they just randomly posted a day ago. It's got 1 million views. I don't know why they posted that. What is that? What does that say? I'm not going to click on it and watch it right now. Is it just the same thing over and over for 4 minutes? I'm guessing it probably is. I wondered if it was connected. That's why I'm bringing this up right now. But the reaction we're supposed to be doing at hand here is the Avengers Doomsday in production reaction. We got Chris Hemsworth. What's he going to do? We ain't got much to talk about there. We thought he was done in Love and Thunder, but clearly there's something else for him. Vanessa Kirby, brilliant casting, and this might take a while. Vanessa Kirby, brilliant casting for the Fantastic Four, probably the best casting out of all of them. Because they casted Vanessa Kirby, I thought they should cast Austin Butler as Johnny Storm, because they got the same face, man. They look alike. I like the guy that they casted, the guy from Stranger Things. I can't remember his name right now. But in terms of brother-sister, Austin Butler would have killed it, man. They just look alike, and he's a great actor as well. And, you know, he's got that Johnny Storm look anyway. Pedro Pascal, worst casting out of all of them. Yeah, let's not even talk about the thing. But anyway, Anthony Mackie as Captain America. I've been saying it on my channel. He's not Captain America, fam. There's only one Captain America, and that's Steve Rogers. Like, when Wyatt Russell was Captain America, it was a story purpose reason. Even Bucky, if he ever became Captain America, if he had become Captain America first, it would be for a story purpose reason. There's no reason for Anthony Mackie to legitimately try and take on the mantle properly, unless it's for a story purpose reason. But no, he's just a replacement, and that's just weak in my opinion, especially since he had his own identity already as the Falcon. It's different from when Miles Morales takes the mantle, or when Wally West takes the mantle from Barry Allen as the Flash. That's all different because they never had their own identities originally. They were just people. They were just normal people that decided to be superheroes, and they looked up to these so whoever the other Flash or Miles Morales looked up to Spider-Man. He was just a normal guy that became a normal kid that became Spider-Man. He looked up to him. They had that relationship. But yes, I know Sam Wilson has the relationship with Steve Rogers. But again, Sam Wilson, he's been Falcon since 1969. One of the first black American superheroes, you know, not African. When I say American, I mean actually American nationality-wise, not... I know Black Panther was the first black superhero in American comics, but I'm saying the Falcon was the first black American man to be a superhero, and he's going to just drop his mantle, throw it away like it means nothing, or pass it down, and then take Captain America's like that means something more. Maybe it does mean something more, but that's only because Captain America's a more popular superhero, you know? Like, you would never see Spider-Man drop his mantle to become Iron Man. It doesn't, like, even when he uses Iron Man's clothes or his Iron Spider, he calls it the Iron Spider. Like, he could have been at least been Captain Falcon or American Falcon or American Eagle or something. But anyway, I had to go into a long tangent because people don't understand why I don't like it. You have to really explain it for people to understand. I think he will never hit the same as Steve Rogers. He will always be in his shadow, and I think that's partly why his movie's failing. But yeah, let's keep going. We've got Sebastian Stan, who should have been Captain America. Now, when I say this, you're like, oh, why is it okay for Bucky to be Captain America but not Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson? Well, the reason why, first of all, apart from the fact that Bucky came first in the comics, there's a story purpose here. It's not just to replace him. He's there for a story purpose, for redemption. That would have been a perfect redemption arc for him. Also, when I say story purpose, he's not there to, it's not there to, like, cover what Steve Rogers was doing. That's what Sam's there for. He's there to, they're making Sam cover what Steve Rogers was doing, you know, which is silly. The whole point of a new Captain America is seeing how this person would use the mantle, not have an exact replica but black. You know, that's not what the point is. The point is to see how Bucky would wear the mantle, how he would have to deal with all the hate, how he'd have to deal with all the people saying he shouldn't be Captain America because of all his previous crimes, and how he's gonna use it to help redeem his name. Steve used it to show how much of a good person he is, how much of a altruistic hero he is. Sebastian Stan would use it for redemption, and that's what makes an interesting story and makes something new and makes a new character arc, rather than Sam just retreading the same steps that Steve Rogers already treaded, and we're just watching it, but this time it's a black man, so we're supposed to get excited because a black man's doing it this time, like it means anything if you're not going to show something different or show something unique for Sam, you know, and that's a waste. But yeah, also, I wouldn't want Sebastian Stan to stay Captain America. It would be good for like a short little arc, then he goes and finds his own identity later, and that's it. It's just a story thing. These mantle swaps, unless you're the original hero, should just be for story purposes, in my opinion, especially since Sebastian Stan Bucky never had didn't have his own identity beforehand. Sam had a clear, strong identity beforehand, and that's the difference. I promise these next ones won't be as long. Letitia Wright as the new Black Panther. Obviously, unfortunately, sadly, Chadwick Boseman passed, so they passed it on very quickly to Letitia Wright. There is precedence for this in the comics where Letitia takes up the mantle of Black Panther. And Black Panther is obviously a different thing because they pass it down deliberately. It's their tradition. It's their thing to pass down the mantle to every royal. It's more like a crown. Being Black Panther is like a crown rather than like, oh, this is your identity as T'Challa or T'Chaka or whatever. So that's fine. But Letitia Wright obviously is not hitting as hard for some people as Black Panther. I don't care either way. She's probably just going to be a side character there. Paul Rudd is Ant-Man. You know, he's funny. Wyatt Russell, the Captain America to now, he's US agent. And yeah, see, he's got his own name at least. This is the Namor. Yeah, I think apparently this is the Thing, I think. Yeah, Simu Liu, Shang-Chi is what it is. Florence Pugh, she's cute and everything, but I don't know, she's hitting the same as Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. Kelsey Grammer, oh shit, that's the boost. We got Lewis Pullman, I don't know who that is. Danny Ramirez. Oh, that's the new Falcon, which is lame. But at least he never had his own identity beforehand, so it makes sense. He's not dropping an identity, but he's taken up one that's apparently lesser than Captain America's. As we've established, that Falcon never gonna be as good as Captain America, so his name's not worthy for him. Joseph Quinn, Johnny Storm, that's his name. David Harbour. Who's David Harbour? Oh yeah, Ross. The Russian Captain America, Winston Duke. I can't believe Winston Duke is still in this shit, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like the fact that he's still in this as M'Baku. Like I don't know why. It just seems like, why is he lasting so long? Maybe he's gonna be the King of Wakanda now. Saying Hannah John Cameron. I don't know who the fuck that is. Tom Hiddleston, Loki's back. I guess this might be connected to his TV show. I watched barely any of season 1. And here we go. Yeah, I like that shit. I like that shit. Rebecca Romijn. You know, we didn't even clock the names. Like we got, this is the best part of the whole this reveal. The music, the X-Men music coming in. That was hard. I like that. And you've got the old classic Fox men from the early 2000s. They're hitting the nostalgia hard with this one. James Marsden, to me, if he needs to be like, to me, my X-Men. He needs to stand up to what Bo DeMeo did with the X-Men 97 TV show. They got a lot to live up to after that excellent TV show. No matter what drama they got going on with Bo DeMeo and Disney and all that, they know that TV show was a hit with the fans. So they got to lean on that shit. Maybe even give them the comic accurate costumes and everything, you know. To me, my X-Men. Shannon Tatum. Bro, they're bringing Shannon Tatum back, man. I'm about to make a name for myself here. They're actually bringing him back. I thought he was a joke character. That's crazy. I mean, he could be playing someone else. This is a very multiversal, universal, you know, thing. So who knows? But it feels very much like he's going to be playing Gambit again. Interesting. I thought he was just a joke. And of course, the legendary, the epic, the leader of the Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family, Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Lame casting. That's what I'm going to say on that one. And we've got the man himself. That's telling me to shut up. Sorry, I talk too much. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking with this guy, man. Why the fuck would you bring back Robert Downey Jr., the most recognizable, iconic face of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, to not play the most iconic character that he's been playing, Tony Stark? He's going to be playing Doctor Doom. Obviously, I've already made a video about this when it was first announced, but it's just crazy. Obviously, everyone's got their theories. It's the multiverse. Even the Russo brothers mentioned the multiverse when they first announced this, though. If they said it in a funny way, he said the multi-universe. But anyway, so clearly Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doom, but what kind of Doom? Is he Tony Stark Doom? Is he Tony Stark in a different universe who would have gone down the route of Doom and changed his name? Or is he Doctor Doom? I don't know why Doctor Doom has Tony Stark's face. There can be so many reasons why this version of Doom looks like Tony Stark. Are the characters going to recognize that he looks like Tony Stark? Are they going to acknowledge it? Or is this just an out of universe thing, out of MCU thing, and a real life thing where Robert Downey Jr. is just playing Doctor Doom straight, and the characters aren't even going to recognize that he looks like Tony Stark? He's just an actor playing a different role in the same universe, which can happen, but usually not with a face this big, not with the main face. You can't normally do that. But yeah, so I think it's going to be a story reason. I think they're not going to do the latter thing I just said, because that would be nuts. But anyway, we'll see what they're going to do with that. That doesn't excite me one bit. It just confuses me. And yes, Avengers Doomsday is in production, and obviously Secret Wars is coming in a year next. And I've watched Critical Drinker's video on it, and I agree with him that people just aren't, like, they haven't built up to this shit. It's just nostalgia bait, especially with the X-Men. It got me. I got excited when I heard the music, just to see the X-Men again. They might even do like a little X-Men versus Avengers situation, even though there's no Avengers really. Like, Black Widow's dead, Hawkeye's retired, basically gone, Captain America's basically dead, Iron Man's dead, unless they're going to bring him back as Iron Man, but he's Doctor Doom. There's talk of Tom Cruise's Iron Man. Obviously there's still more people to be announced, so it's crazy. But the biggest problem with all of this is there's been no build up whatsoever. The only thing they're banking on is the nostalgia of the previous shit, kind of like what Deadpool and Wolverine did. They're just banking on nostalgia right now of just what was good before. There's no connective story, there's no build up, there's no characters in their separate films all going to be in this film. Nobody's excited to see Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel and they're not even announced, so I don't even know why I brought their names up. No one's excited to see Shuri work side by side with, you know, Helena or whatever her name is, Florence Pugh. Like, no one's excited to see Paul Rudd, you know, rub shoulder to shoulder with, I don't know, Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards, because we haven't even seen him yet. Like, there's no build up. I know they're still trying to build it up with the Fantastic Four movies coming out. That's got to do great. But yeah, man, this is nowhere near the vibes of when Infinity War and Endgame was coming out. Endgame didn't even do that great, in my opinion. Like, I didn't enjoy Endgame as much, man. Infinity War was legendary. Infinity War was epic though, but this is nowhere near that. There's no hype for this at all. I know some fans are quite excited about this. I'm even excited to see what the X-Men can do. Of course, I'm going to go check it out, but it's just like, it's the name only, isn't it? It's the fact that it's a big event thing that's happening, and they got, out of desperation, they got Robert Downey Jr. back. Don't know what they're going to do with him, but we'll see. And yeah, as I was saying, the Critical Drinker made a great point about how everybody that watched Marvel, the very first Avengers film, when everybody was brought together and it did the most epic thing we've ever seen in cinema and comic to movie cinema history. They brought them, all the heroes, together after their own individual movies. And all those kids that saw that in their 20s, I mean, in their like teens or early in their toddler ages or whatever, they're all in their 20s now. People like me, and they're in their 30s. No one's got time for all this stuff. And then apparently the younger generation, Gen Alpha, and the younger Gen Zs aren't really feeling this either, you know? Like, they're not really into all the Marvel stuff, the Gen Zs and all that. So I agree with that assessment. That's a really good take by Critical Drink. Go check out his video about this. He just released it. Yeah, man. Anyway, that's my thoughts. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they're going to reboot this and they're going to start fresh, but I just don't care that much, man. Obviously I'm going to check it out. Right now I'm watching Daredevil. I'm actually rewatching Punisher, just watching all these shows individually. Before I used to just want to catch everything so I can get the whole story, but now I'm just watching these shows individually, the old ones and everything. Anyway, that's my reaction to the Avengers Doomsday in production announcement. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you excited for this? Are you just like, you don't give a crap? Or is this just like, look, there's no build up, why do I care? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you again soon. Peace.